Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish back with more Betrayal in Antara this Saturday. Thank you for joining me, and it has been quite a ride. Y'all have joined me for a lot during this chapter. We have cleared out pretty much this entire province up here. I don't know how much further east we could go past Frito-Lay here, but we've done all of this, and much to our benefit because you might notice we have a lot more money than last time. Yes, I did go back and pick up all of that loose treasure that was on the ground from all of those corpses that we had left behind in our travels. And you will see too, because one of you left a comment on YouTube. Thank you very much for that, by the way, clarifying that the kinetic staff here, where it describes the sparks shooting from the staff's forked end, we had wondered, and I had wondered on stream a little while ago, what that symbolized. And because it's called the kinetic staff, is that just a reference to energy in general, or does that mean that, like, it's going to be that shoving spell that we have access to, and the sparks are simply generic magical sparks and not specifically electricity? But apparently, no, it actually is a lightning staff, and those 40 charges are 40 free casts of the lightning bolt spell, which is why I decided to splurge on it. And it was expensive. It's 1,520 burlas, I think. But even after that, and also replacing William's tortoise shield, which was also quite expensive, you will see that we still have over 4,000 burlas, which is pretty good. This staff also gives us a plus 10 passive bonus to our electricity magic skill. I don't know if that's going to be useful because all of the lightning spells seem to deal a flat amount of damage, so I don't think that's as helpful as the fire staff here, which I'm hanging on to because those that plus 10 to fire magic might be helpful. But who cares? Because we're not talking about zapping someone in melee like the fire staff does. We're talking about 40 free casts of lightning bolt, since that is one of our most powerful single target attack spells and one of our most used spells in general. I felt that it was a pretty good investment, and I hope that you will too, because that's going to lead to a lot of improved stamina management for Aaron. So we'll see how that performs in combat, but in the meantime, we've got money, we've got food. Oh, and actually our self and ally magic went up to 70 while I was doing a lot of running around. You can see there's the 80 electricity with our bonus. Fire, on the other hand, has dropped from 63 to 53, which is our real skill value because I took the fire staff off. And some of these other magics are going up quite a bit as well. I moved from self and ally down to poison because it was our lowest skill and I didn't want to neglect it. But you can see that they've gone up quite a bit while I was just running about grabbing stuff off the ground. No new spells unlocked yet, but that's okay because we are here in front of Tikoro and we're about to talk to the revered hand of Divine Henna, who is going to tell us, presumably, about Simon. Hopefully we can finally track this slippery little bastard down.
Thank you for seeing us on such short notice, High Brother.
How can I help you, my children?
Well, tell us about Simon, so that we can finally advance the main plot, because as fun as all this exploration has been, and as necessary as I think it has been too, because of all of the treasure, all of the money, all the equipment upgrades, all of the skill improvements, nonetheless, it's time.
We are looking for Simon, a child of Henna. He used to serve in Durst.
Ah, I remember him. Young, enthusiastic, with faith as clear as bells on a frosty morn. After the recent events in Durst, I thought it best to reassign him.
What events in Durst? Durst seemed mostly okay when we were there.
What happened in Durst?
Simon was a shepherd before he found Henna's light. Some of his former acquaintances passing through Durst recognized him and burned down his house. He was lucky to escape without harm.
Oh, wow.
Apparently the shepherds do not take kindly to being abandoned by one they consider their own. I moved him south to avoid further trouble.
Okay, so confirmation that he was in the Shepherds, which we knew, that's why we're after him. because towards the end of the last stream, I actually had kind of complained about that. We had been exploring for so long, I forgot the clue that Simon's mother gave us. Like, that he had joined the Children of Henna, and that was his latest thing that he was throwing himself into, and that's why we were going to Durst in the first place, and why we needed to go to the temple, and all of that was important. So the game did, in fact, give us those clues. We had just gotten so deeply sidetracked that I had forgotten, because we'd been at this so long, I kind of stopped taking good notes. But also confirmation that the shepherds are D-bags, which this also was known. But, like, burning down a guy's house because he left your club, that's, like, some mafia BS.
Where in the south?
The children are building a new chapel in Ravenna.
Oh!
I knew that a young, energetic man like Simon would be useful to that effort.
Okay. Yeah, the new temple that was being built there when we passed through, and there's the guy who makes the stained glass that was doing the windows for it. I remember that. Okay, so that actually is really cool that that's going to bring us back around and kind of sync up. Cool. Cool. And he has nothing else to say, so I guess that we're done here?
We have taken up enough of your time. Thank you.
Walk with Henna, my children.
I don't know, Henna's got short legs. We probably won't get anywhere very quickly. Okay, so, well, Ravenna is down to the south. It's not that far. We'll go through Melee, and Ravenna is the place that has the museum in it, if I remember correctly. So, okay, we've got a little bit of a walk in front of us. Let's get to it. Alright, so here we are in Ravenna. This is the fellow who designs the stained glass windows, who apparently still has nothing new to say to us. Let's see, but over here in this clearing is the chapel, which is still under construction. Looks like no one is here, so he must have a home in town, perhaps one of the houses that we clicked on earlier in a previous visit that didn't have anybody in it or didn't seem interested in talking to us. Okay. This is the museum. We don't need to go in there. Is it this? No, I think that was the old zealot. Oh, you should rest soon. There. One of these houses? Okay, no, this is the one with the children and the skipping rhyme, so... Oh, here we go, this is it. This must be Simon's house, Aaron said. William nodded. Funny how you can always tell where a child lives, but you're never quite sure how. The pair approached casually, and so were completely unprepared when Imperial soldiers sprang upon them from the back. Uh-oh. Well, these don't look like any Imperial soldiers that I've ever seen. These are mercenaries. Okay, well, we know what to do with these fellas, right? Oh yeah, here's our newest combat spell I think that we haven't gotten to look at yet. Clarity of Purpose. Targets an adjacent enemy or ally and cancels the effect of a charm spell. So it does do what we thought it was going to do. Yeah, you know, Imperial bandit soldiers, Imperial mercenaries, Landsknechts. Yeah, basically just, you know, hired thugs, cops. Okay, let's see. We're not going to get a surprise round. I think rather than do Lightning Bolt right away, or Lightning Storm, there are 4 of them, but they're just mercenaries. I think what I'm going to do is do a big ol' Adrenaline on William and let him just go to town. Because I don't see a mage, I see 4 dudes with swords. Oof. Alright, Aaron, Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and give him a conduit potion. I'm going to move him and then let William run interference on this guy. And hopefully that dude will follow up with William and won't run towards Aaron. That one's running away. Aw, dang it. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Okay, well, if that's going to be how we play it, then it is. There, at least this way he's paying attention to us. Oh, now the bows and arrows come out, of course. Good shot, asshole. Haha, our new shield saves the day. And I am going to go ahead and use a regular lightning bolt here if we can hit that guy. Can we? No. Can only hit that one. It would probably take him out. Nope. Okay. I'm surprised. We need like a pull spell, the opposite of shove. Something that will grab an enemy and jerk them back towards us. It sounds counterintuitive until you think of these guys who are trying to run away. It's like, man, if I could tug him 5 spaces closer, William could just beat the crap out of him. Actually, let's go with another Unseeing Eye on Bow Guy here. Let's hit this dude. I don't want him to get away, and he's already wounded. Haha, suffer. Oh no. Leave Aaron alone. Hey, good hit, my boy. My lad, my guy, my fella. Nice, good teamwork. That adrenaline spell is honestly just the best thing. Here we go, I think William's got this now. We'll rest and recover a little bit of stamina. Just kind of pad him out. And there we go. Awesome. Not a bad fight. And of course, as per usual, the bodies. Ooh, melee and defense both went up for William. Very nice. And Aaron's defense went up too. I was hoping his melee would go up by 1 point because he did land a decent hit. Hey, remove went up. I think after resist, which is at 66, hit 70, probably that's the next one that I want to max out. Don't suppose that unlocked a spell? No? Okay, well. That is a lot of armor and shields and swords and money. Floor cash. Also, they brought packed lunches. Which is great because I did use up quite a bit of food running around and collecting treasure. There is a shop here, and we need to see what they sell because I can't remember. Gosh, I hope it's weapons and armor. Okay, well, that was a good fight. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to repair. That'll give us a little space back as well. Aaron did take a hit. Let me see if he needs repaired. Yeah. And let's try to go in the house again. William and Aaron peered through the windows, but the house looked empty. There was no sign of any more soldiers, or a priest of henna. Do you think they heard him? Aaron asked, concerned. William shook his head. No, they wouldn't dare. Besides, it's us they're after. I'd love to know how they knew where to find us. Yeah, because we did get broken out of the jail wagon. a note. Brother Simon, Rachel and I cannot bear waiting any longer. We want to be wed and begin our lives together. Every day we are apart is agony. Please make haste to Lavotia where we await your blessing. Sincerely, Georges. Okay, well, that gives us a destination. That's pretty clear. Well, here we are in Lavotia. Is there any clue? Oh. Hey. Okay. I thought we were going to have to go into a house or something, but looks like we may have found Simon because look at that shiny gold trim and that rainbow-colored sash. I think this might be a child of henna.
You're Simon, aren't you?
Yes, that is my name.
Well, okay, let's start with Maria.
We had a chance to meet your mother at the Easton Amphitheater. She made us swear we'd pass along her enduring affection and undying love, 1,000 kisses and twice as many hugs.
That's my mother, all right. Is there something else you wished from me?
Your mother told us that you used to belong to the Shepherds. I assure you, we have nothing to do with them personally. We're just trying to find out more about them. Can you tell us why you left their organization?
And it tells me that you mean no harm, so I will answer your questions. When my friends first joined the Shepherds, I went along just to see what they were like. I guess I got carried away by the feeling of brotherhood and enthusiasm for the cause. But then, after what we did to that poor Grulf...
Ooh. What did you do to that poor Grulf?
Yes, go on. What happened to the Grulf?
The Shepherds believe that the Grulf brought the pox to the humans. The Shepherd Credo calls for the extraction, by force if necessary, of all Grulf in human-held territory. Well, one day, we learned that a pack of Grulf was camped close by. After drinking a potion that enhanced our ability to move stealthily,
Shadow
we
milk.
crept up on the camp and waited. I'm sorry. This is still very hard for me to talk about. Give me a moment.
You were caught up in the excitement. You didn't understand the secret agenda.
Yes, you understand. If I had suspected... Well, let me tell it and be done. A young Grulf ventured beyond the fire ring to fetch water. We rushed him, all of us, against one who was barely more than a pup. We had him down before he could call to the others. He had no chance. After that night, I could not sleep but to see the Grulf's bloody corpse in dreams. I left the Shepherds, turning away from the hatred and fear to find comfort and hope with the children. My days are now filled with the grace of Henna's love, though the murdered Grulf still haunts my sleep.
Well, yeah, it's like you say there, chat. You got carried away by the brotherhood and the enthusiasm for the cause and the casual racism. Oh boy. Well, the Shepherds are just like any other hate group. They ply on someone's insecurities or their need to belong or, whatever, and fold them in, and then before you know it, they have you committing hate crimes, and then, it's hard to get out because they don't like it when you leave. They do things like burn your house down. So, yeah, that all checks out. This is actually, kind of a level of gritty realism tackling this issue head on that I wasn't really expecting from this game. I didn't come into Antara with any particular expectations about that specific issue, of course, but it's not something that I thought a game from 1997 was really going to talk about in this way, especially to frame it as objectively bad the way that it actually is. Like they've been doing. Nobody except the villains really has any sympathy for these people. and every time someone speaks up for them, William and Aaron and other characters are like, bye, Felicia. So, I appreciate that. Okay, well, let's see. Let's ask him about the chapel first.
We were granted an audience with High Brother Mar in Decorro. He said we'd find you working on the new chapel in Ravenna. What are you doing in Lavash?
A few days ago, a Trakah delivered a message, requesting that I come east to perform a marriage ceremony. Since weddings are Henna's delight, I made haste to Lavash.
I wonder why someone would go to the expense of hiring a Trakah messenger when the distance between Lavash and Ravenna is no more than a day's walk at most.
Stranger yet is that I haven't been able to discover who sent the message. Unless someone got cold feet at the crucial moment, no one in Lavash was planning to get married.
Okay. Man, we still haven't met a Trakah, but we know that they are like bird people and they carry messages, so they're right. That's kind of sus. Because it sounds like they were either trying to lure Simon out here away from his home for some reason, or they were trying to, like, get him out of the way so that they could ambush us, because as William said, they wouldn't dare to hurt a child of Henna. But those soldiers weren't there for Simon. They were there for William and Aaron. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just walk away from him. He can take care of himself, right? He doesn't need us. It's totally okay. Yeah, someone somewhere is setting somebody up, and I think it might be us.
We went to your house in Ravenna. Caverden's guards were swarming all over the place. How did you escape capture?
Guards? At my house? I know nothing about that.
Okay, so that's what it sounds like then. Someone knew that we were going to be looking for Simon. They found out that we were after him specifically, and so they sent a message in a hurry to get him out of his house and away from the ambush so that they could send soldiers in after us without worrying about him getting hurt.
We have reason to believe that the shepherds are now involved in more than Grolf bashing. They may be responsible for the kidnapping of the Imperial consort. Can you tell us the location of Shepherd headquarters?
Considering what's at risk, I'm surprised High Brother Mar didn't tell you himself. I told him all I knew about the shepherds during my indoctrination to the arm of Henna.
If it was a private conversation, I suspect he didn't want to break your confidence. Besides, we didn't think to ask him. Will you tell us?
The two of you plan to confront the shepherds at their home base? That's madness. It goes against Henna's teachings for me to aid and abet a suicide mission.
Fear not, Simon. We have too great a love for life to throw it away needlessly. We will use your information to try to save the consort, for his is a life that must not be lost.
Not if we want to keep ours, anyway.
Very well, though I don't see how you'll manage it. I will tell you all I know. The shepherds make their headquarters in a cave system, near St. Adrian's Head, the lake northeast of Decorro. You need a talisman to enter the caves. I buried mine in my garden in Ravenna. A symbolic gesture that good things might grow from my past mistakes. You're welcome to it.
Okay. Cool. So, we know where that lake is. We'll just have to dig around and find the shepherd headquarters. And we know where his house is. So, we just have to go back and click on his garden, I guess, or maybe use a shovel. Thankfully, unlike last episode, we do have an ample supply of shovels with us right now.
Thank you for your help.
May Henna's light shine on your path.
Okay. Well, what a pleasant fellow. Okay. Do we just click?
Looks like our eyes were bigger than our packs. If we want this, we'll have to make some room for it first.
Okay. What can we drop? Maybe the note? Yeah, I don't think that we will need this anymore, so... Oh, really? Here we go. Let's put this here. and take this in its place. Because we shouldn't need that. Not wanting to destroy Simon's carefully planted garden, the companions spent several minutes turning the loose soil between the rows. Finally, their efforts were rewarded with a small glint of metal through the dark earth. Alright, so we have our shepherd medallion. The original one was taken. Is this one the same? Bronze medallion, cloak shepherd, triangular indentation, the letters RLR scratched into the bronze. Yep. That's what I remember from the other one, so I guess that's all that we need. Okay, so here we are
We can't
back.
just waltz in through the main gate. I'm sure every guard in the city is looking for us.
Yes, Aaron. At Tikoro. So we will go around the gate. And this is the lake that they are presumably talking about. Sinadrin's Head. So I'm hoping that we're about to find something cool. Okay, we've got daylight. Is there a cave behind the waterfall? Please let there be a cave behind the waterfall. No, okay. Well, you and your static water textures get out of here then. Maybe behind this waterfall. No? Can't even get next to this one. Okay, well, I don't really know what I'm looking for. So, let's try heading a little bit further up this way. Because I don't remember if the lake extends in this direction, and it might. Aha, here we go. Ooh. Oh, it's just these things, the terrain. Well, that's all right. Once again, I feel like adrenaline is going to be our answer to this particular problem. Here we go. I mean, yeah, it's got to be that because he said caves. So the medallion, if you have to have that to get in, it's got to be used as a key somehow. They mentioned like a triangular indentation on it, I think. I want to do something really wild here. Aaron's gonna take the fight to the monkeys. Boom, 58 damage. Oh my goodness gracious, our boy. Our boy did 58 damage with a melee attack, y'all. And yeah, we can't hit these guys with lightning because they aren't carrying any metal, but the shepherds definitely will be. It's true, look at him. Finally. A man at last. The man, the mage, the legend. Boom. Let's take that one out because he might be trying to run. Not that we really care because these guys don't carry treasure, but we can still grind melee on them, so. See, there we go. Something leveled up. And it was, in fact, his melee skill. Oh, and assessment, too. Nice. Cool. Strength went up. Excellent. Still no new spells, but that's alright. Okay. That is a big waterfall. I don't think we've actually been in this area. Yeah, I don't think we came up here before, did we? So it's going to have to be, like, up in this area. I think... Because... Yeah, the water continues up that way, but... This is going to be, like, kind of the inside wall. Oh, I think I see some shepherds. So, let's have a rest. Oh, there they are. Well, that tells us we're in the right direction, at least. You see some bad and naughty boys. Ah, no stealth round. Okay. Well, that's all right. Have a lightning storm. And you know what? Also have an arrow. Oh, y'all. Please group up like that. That is the only thing I could ask you for. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yes, suffer. Suffer in the cold, hard rain. Oh no, William. I'm sorry. It's fine, probably. Is the rain hitting that hex? I don't know. I actually can't tell. Oh, that loser got away. That's okay. Oh. That was Aaron, not William. I moved the wrong boy. Hey, where's my lightning bolts there? There we go. I was about to say... Now, you bad and nasty boys need to learn your lesson. There we go. Okay, one got away. I can live with that. Man, they were wearing a lot of metal armor. Okay, let's see here. We need to... Oh, man, we need another armorer's hammer quite badly. We're gonna have to rest again. Whee! Around and around and around it goes. There we go. What did you learn, my fella? Poison and movement went up. Okay. Alright, so. Right here. Oh, I think I see it. Aha. There we go. This obviously is a natural rock formation. Oh, hey. This is interesting. This is a new kind of puzzle. Oh, here we go. Okay, gotta do it this way. Okay, so there's our triangle, and there's supposed to be a triangular indentation on the back of the medallion. So, Oh, and now we get a good look at this medallion. Check that out. Now you can really see what it looks like. They described it for us, but... Okay, cool. And it looks like we can turn it left or right. That has to be what that RLR is for. It's like, yep, that sure is a shepherd. Okay, so that's once we see this puzzle in place in front of us, that seems fairly fairly self-explanatory, fairly simple and in your face. Do any of these appear? Yeah, they actually do. Look, this rune right here is right there. And then there is an X. And then that, I guess, is like the little lightning bolt thing. Okay. So I'm guessing it's not just like one turn right, one turn left, one turn right. It's like a combination lock. Okay, so actually, I think this is the clue. So we need to turn it right to that one. And then that looks more like this X to me than that one. Does it to y'all as well? I mean, I know I just tilted it, but like this one seems like a pretty like level, just a plain X, where this sort of looks like a plus. Yeah, basically. Okay. And then right, and that has to be that one. So let me come over here and make sure that I'm turning to the right. Hey, something happened. Oh, is this a chapter ending?
It's opening.
Down, down to Goblin Town. You go, my lad.
Hey!
Oh, my lad. Yep. Y'all knew that was gonna happen. Of course. I love that they bothered to show us the medallion just falling off.
Running through the woods with Rawl, just like old times.
Ooh.
It's a shame his training keeps him too busy to track game with me nowadays. Well, I guess neither one of us are carefree cubs anymore. Father finally let me go out hunting on my own. I was determined not to come back empty-handed. I had the rabbit in my sights, but just as I loosed my arrow, I retrieved my arrow and ran toward the noise, but I stopped dead in my tracks when I saw the bear. I was scared, but the poor girl cub was trembling. I knew that shooting at the bear would only antagonize it into attacking. There was only one thing I could do. Ah! Go away, you stupid bear! Ah!
Classic Kaelyn.
Much to my surprise, I scared that bear away. I guess it decided to go look for a meal that didn't make quite so much noise. I had to climb the tree and help Rawl down. I found out later that girls are afraid of heights, but I suppose Rawl was scared of the bear even more. We were inseparable after that. Father treated Rawl like a member of the family, and over time, Rawl's pack accepted me as one of their own. I hope nothing's happened to Rawl's pack, or my father.
We'll have to follow the road from here. We must be careful. Roving bands of shepherds have been causing trouble for Gulf travelers. If they see us...
They'll get more than they bargained for. It's been too long since we last saw each other, Rawl. How is your brother Garl?
He is far gone now. He found his spirit song 2 moons ago.
Garl, an adult now. I can't believe it.
All else is much the same, except Kerferlak has something to ask of you.
Your pack leader? What could he want of me?
I can only tell you that he wanted to talk to you even before the crisis in the woods.
You know what he wants, don't you? Tell me.
It is not my place to ask Kerfrlax's question. I'm sorry, little archer.
Well, well, well. Look here, boys. This animal thinks he can travel on our road.
I think we should explain to him otherwise.
Kaelyn?
We have no quarrel with you. Let us pass.
Woman, stand aside, so we can dispatch that dog at your heels.
I said, let us pass.
The only thing worse than the dogs are the dog lovers.
Oh, okay. Starting out this next chapter, like right in the middle of a of a hate crime, I see, and there they are. Okay, but we are being given. Oh, what's this? Oh wow. We have him in our party. Oh, cool. Check it out. New party member. Okay. And she has all of her stuff. Doesn't seem like she has all of our money. But yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So a lot has happened. We are in a new chapter. And, I had kind of forgotten just everything that was going on with Kaelyn. And, man, we've made a lot of progress and experienced a lot of growth with the boys while she was away. Look at this. Her skills are much lower than theirs. Oof. And her equipment is not nearly as good. But yes, a very interesting turn of events. So, we have a new friend. Wearing the most basic possible armor, but carrying a Grulf staff, which we saw earlier. They were selling those in, was it East Bank, I think? It's a pretty solid melee weapon. Much better than the quarterstaff that we were using before. So, pretty decent. He's got some herbal powder and some sun water. Okay. Well, welcome to the party, Rawl. And now we have to figure out what else we're gonna do here, because she's carrying a lot of stuff. I won't mess with her inventory just yet, because we don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't want to give him a bunch of stuff and then have him, like, walk away or something, but, this kind of makes sense, because I really was wondering how Kaelyn was going to do on her own, considering the trouble that, that we had with William and Aaron with just Kaelyn being gone. I don't think there's any reasonable way that you could get all the way through a chapter with one character, even if Kaelyn is kind of our MVP. Now, is he a mage? It does not look like it. He's got melee, defense, assessment. Okay, and he's missing a couple of skills down here, actually. Repair, stealth, scouting, gambling, lockpicking. Well, we don't need gambling ticked for sure. Let's take that off. Let's do melee and defense instead of haggling and gambling. And then probably stealth. Oh, okay. The maximum for this chapter is still 55. Check this out. Oh, no. Maximum value is 70. Okay, I was looking at current and previous. Okay. His lockpicking is not quite as good as hers, but she already has a job to do. Wow. So he's missing the archery skill. And that's it, because, yeah, the non-spellcasters, they have archery instead of spellcasting and spell accuracy. So, Well, remember, I think... Well, no, I was going to say that they could equip staves too, but I don't remember if they can or not. No, see, because his model is different from hers, so he can't use a sword and shield. He can only use a staff, which is also why he can't equip a bow, is because that's a two-handed weapon. So she's going to be doing archery, but he's going to be helping her in melee, and they're not going to have any magic. Ooh. But, let's see. He does have 62 health and 64 stamina, and a strength of 32. Oh, wow. Which is almost twice hers. So yeah, he just has way better stats than she does. Seems to be his gimmick. So yeah, he's got a staff user's paper doll. Oh man, okay, where the heck are we? Ooh! Okay, cool. We're over here, like, right below Camille and next to Durst. Well, we know our way around this area. I wonder how much of our stuff that we just left through here might still be there for Kaelyn to pick up, and I think the answer is gonna be none. Probably. Okay, well, let's try this. 4 shepherds. Ooh, that's an interesting sprite. Okay, well, we know at least, if nothing else, we can buy arrows and things in teal, so we can risk using some archery. Let's come over here and make them come to us. I am terrified. I can't wait to see how Rawl performs. Alright. Well, can't hit that guy for some reason because of his threat range, so let's come over here and we'll hit him instead. He's by himself. Alright, Rawl, you come hit too. And he whips his very first attack. As is tradition, I would expect nothing less. Every time we get a new attack or ability or a new weapon, you gotta miss the first hit. It's basically tradition at this point. Okay, let's make sure. The most accurate is gonna be swing, which also is going to deal 20 damage. Let's make sure that we are using swing. Okay. Oh my god, he missed twice. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. You need to go down. Oh, he finally hit. Oh my goodness gracious. 22 damage. That's not bad, though, considering she's dealing 15. Because remember, at the beginning of Chapter 4, there was kind of a difficulty spike. We had some trouble, and it was because we found out, of course, that a lot of the enemies had received not only weapon upgrades, but also armor upgrades, which is completely reasonable. And we had to power through that. It took a lot of magic, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of strategy, but we did get there. So chances are good, and fingers crossed, that at least some of these guys are going to be wearing plate armor or breastplates. I'm going to chase them because I do not want them to get away. I want all of their stuff. We have no money. We have nothing. We need their shit. There we go. Go down. Come on. Don't let them get away. Don't let them get away, y'all. Come on. Oh, good. Kaelyn is fast. I forgot. I missed how fast she is. Because Aaron's pretty quick, but William is a slow guy. There we go. Cut off his escape. These asshats don't deserve a reprieve. This battle was over when they opened their mouth and said
Those
racist
kind should be
things.
skewered and roasted at birth.
Yeah.
Rawl, I'm sorry that these so-called humans are...
It's not the first time something like this has happened, and it won't be the last. Such incidents are getting more frequent, though. It's dangerous for Grulf to travel alone.
Oh, well, then take
Well,
this.
at least there are a few less shepherds to worry about now.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, points at Kaelyn. And there we go, right out of the gate. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so they kind of throw a rough first battle at you to bring you back in, but then immediately we also, there we go, are rewarded with, okay, that's fair. No, I still need to put down a couple more things. We are rewarded with an immediate armor and weapon upgrade. So let's get some plate armor onto her, because we did spend a lot of money on this Montari chainmail and this broadsword right before we left Tikoro at the end of chapter 3. But we can't be mad about that. We didn't know. Anything could have happened. It's whatever. And there we go. Look at that. There he goes. You can see his whole paper doll that way. But that's very good. Look at that bulky breastplate and his little, like, Ewok beard over top of it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, developers, for this gift. Okay, now the torches we are going to have to take because we don't have a light spell with either of these characters. Let's see. That one's going to be 93. And that's going to be it. Okay. Well, that's all right. Because we know where we're at. And we know that right up here in Camille and Eastbank, we have the House of Swords and the House of Shields. So they will buy these weapons and armor. Now, the question is... Oh yeah, we definitely need to repair it too. The question is, where are we supposed to go, though? Her archery went up, which is great, but I think, regretfully, I'm going to have to take either her assessment or her archery off, and we're going to have to put repair on because we don't know how long this chapter is going to be. If it was anything like chapter 4, I mean, she's going to be repairing her own stuff, and that's going to be critical. Assessment has actually turned out to be less useful than I thought it was going to be, or at least less critical, because I have gotten by without using it a lot. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave assessment ticked, but whenever we need to repair something, I'm going to do this. That way she'll get maximum increase. 88, not bad. And thankfully we don't have to repair his staff, which is helpful. There we go. And then I can do this. Her stealth probably needs to go up too, though, so I think maybe I'll take assessment off and do that. And what's he got on? Melee defense assessment and lockpicking. Lockpicking, I feel like, is probably unnecessary. Stealth would be good. He's already at a good spot, so he'll max out sooner rather than later. His assessment is as good as hers. His scouting is not. She has got the ring of the ranger on anyway, so hers is just gonna be better regardless. So his repair is actually better than hers. But we know that we only have 3 party slots, so that means that, like, Rawl is probably not coming with us past the conclusion of chapter 5. So I'm not going to invest a whole lot of time in leveling up things like his repair. We'll leave this here. Alright, let's head back this way. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to clear the road and make sure that we can go to Camille and East Bank. If there are random encounters, we want to get those done with. We want to get them over. Because we need access, as long as we're going to be in this part of the region, to those weapon and armor shops. And I see more shepherds up there, so it looks like this is just kind of what we're going to be doing. We're just going to fight a lot of these guys. Game, can I get a stealth prompt? Apparently not. Okay. Alright, well, once again... Oop, I see a mage. And there is no Aaron here this time to learn spells from. Or you know, to learn spells from these mages. So, oh... What in the world? Did y'all see that? They just fucking got out. Okay. Whatever, I guess. Yeah, bye. Lord. Okay. Whatever. We do need that money, and we do need to grind their skills and stuff, but it's... There they go again. These friggin' cowards. Well, they're like all bigots. When they're actually confronted by somebody who has the power to, like, you know, inflict consequences on them for their behavior, they turn out to be yellow-bellied. Well. We got one of them. And, okay, there we go. Oh, man. That sucks, though, because I really want all of the money and stuff that they are carrying. I'm going to leave his leather jerkin right here, and we'll take this chainmail. Actually, this is the House of Swords coming up. Let me leave these fishing poles and this useless-ass herbal powder and take this sword. Well, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the impression that they give, isn't it? It's like, oh, you filthy animals. And then they just, like, turn and run screaming. Makes me think of that joke, the old pirate joke or whatever, where it's like, you know, all these ships are coming up and like, bring me my red shirt so that when I bleed, the men won't see it and you know, their morale will stay high. And then he sees a bunch more ships and he goes, bring me my brown pants. Because the shepherds are wearing brown pants. And... interesting. Okay, so here's all of the stuff that we sold in the last chapter. Ooh, that's very interesting. Also, I mixed these up. I thought that... Huh. Okay, well, I thought that this was going to be the House of Swords and the House of Shields was the one up north, but it's the other way around. So I'll go back and grab this stuff, and then we won't have to come back again. But this has already been... that's a huge increase in our money. Which is great. We started with nothing, which I did say before that they kind of like split our money in half. When we started out in Chapter 4. Okay, good. Yeah, we don't have to mark that with a sat marker now. But I thought that that's what happened. At first, I thought they just took half of our money. And then it was, oh, okay, no, that makes sense. Like, Kaelyn would have some of. They gave her half of everything. No big deal. she's gonna need it. And now we come back to find out that, like, no, I'm not sure if that was half for realsies, but I'm not gonna complain too much because I can't remember for certain how much we had when the party was split. So that 389 or whatever it was might very well be half, perhaps, possibly. Either way, we just broke 1,000, and that is a lot more. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do. There we go. I forgot. Need to repair. After that last battle. I don't think they actually took a hit. Yeah. There we go. Okay. On up this way to East Bank, and I already see some shepherd losers over here on the road. Man, Rawl was right. They're everywhere. Because we found some shepherds occasionally in the previous chapter when the boys were off by themselves. But, like, this is a lot. Okay. Shh. We're sneaking. Aw, darn it, Kaelyn. That's okay. I don't see a mage this time, so... I don't know why he couldn't attack that one. I guess the zone of control thing. Haha, suffer. You're a bad shot and you should feel bad. Send her up to attack this one. I'm tempted to go over there and pin that guy down because arrows can deal a lot of damage, but I also don't want them to get away, and so I want to focus on the damaged ones. Oh, well, if he's going to come over here anyway, that works out just fine. Oh, they've surrounded Rawl. The fools. If only they knew how badly he had them outnumbered. Okay, I like this guy. I'm digging his performance here. So, the lack of a spellcaster does inhibit our ability to chase down enemies that try to run away, but for sheer, like, melee output, Rawl seems just as good as William or Kaelyn, so that means that as long as he's hitting, enemies are still going down. Hey! Nice. Okay, now I am going to go and get this guy because he seems to be the only one with a bow. And it might be a Grulf bow. Wouldn't that be ironic? Isn't that just like peak colonialist white supremacy? Is raging about how, you know, inferior some other ethnicity or culture is, and then you use their equipment and inventions to make your life better, to improve your own performance, without any hint of self-awareness or hypocrisy, like, whatsoever. So the shepherds seem like the kind of people who absolutely would... like, use a Grulf bow. Can you get over there? I'm gonna shoot him again. I'm gonna risk it. It deals less damage than her melee attack, but I want to raise her archery skill as well. Ah, good. There we go. Oh, his first damage. Oh, we got to hear his weird little Ewok grunt. See how far he can get. That's not too bad. Yeah, my guy, you are toast. There we go. It's not a lightning bolt, but it is effective. Dang. And her archery did go up, and his melee went up. Excellent. I actually don't know how much difference this really makes. But it makes me feel better. Hey! There we go. It did something anyway. I am going to keep the better armor on her just because he seems so much tougher. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, some jewels, some floor cash, and food, which is great because this way we don't have to spend all of our money on rations right away. Oh, and a pearl. Hey, I wonder if we can turn that into that guy in Durst, if he's still available in this chapter, and we could increase their melee. Ooh. Okay, she already has a stack of regular arrows. These will go with that. Good, good, good. And let's see, we are going to the House of Swords, so... Well, this is coming right along. Okay, there's East Bank. They should have both an inn and the weapon shop. Oh, I was about to camp again out of habit. It's like, we don't need to do that.
If fame comes around to find me.
Right. Thank you. Nobody else? Okay. We got to make sure not to pass that up and just, like, assume that nothing is different. We need to check all these towns and make certain that no new people have popped up for us to talk to. You know, like in the inns and the shops and stuff. Here we go, the House of Swords. And yes, I love it. They have all of the crap that we sold to them in the previous chapter. That's very good. A+. Man, if we had known that, we could have... Well, no, never mind. That wouldn't be any help. I was about to say, like, we could have sold stuff specifically for them to pick up, but what would we have sold that they... First of all, that we'd have money to buy right away. But also that we couldn't already purchase. Like, what we're going to do, bless a long sword or something. So that she didn't have to go to the temple. Okay, I already did that. Okay, so that seems the same. Let's take a look around town and see if any of the NPCs or encounters are different. Okay, we'll move on. This is the key lady. This is Sumner, the tree guy. Rawl keeps saying, we should move on. We should move on. Rawl really wants us to move on. Okay. That goes up to Grandeur and around to Berlin. I'm not sure where we're supposed to be going. I think that it's this way, maybe, but we were pointed in that direction. However, I can't imagine after we spent the entirety of Chapter 4 here that the game would want us to retrace our steps in a serious fashion. Like, yes, we can go back through here, we can fight some random encounters and stuff like that, and we can pick up treasure and so forth and explore the area again, look for NPCs, but I don't think that this is the area the game wants us in. I think that they want us over here. So, and yeah, I think that Kaelyn could definitely use a new bow. We know that there's going to be a Grolf bow available around here somewhere, and if nowhere else, Teal has an archery shop, so that's going to be my goal. We are going to go round this direction, and we are going to go to Teal and hit up the archery shop, the Fletcher, whatever you want to call it, the bowyer, so that we can grab her a Grolf bow if we don't find one on the way. And yeah, when we loop back around and come back to Durst and Frito-Lay over here, then yeah, we can go up there and check. Oh, because one of you left a comment on YouTube. I forgot about this almost. And you did say that the weird invisible wall that we ran into up in this area just north of Durst, up in the mountainous rock maze or whatever, is apparently a known bug, and that I should try it again later. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, I couldn't get in there in chapter 4, but maybe in chapter 5 we can. First things though, back down here to the House of Shields. We gotta sell this armor before our backpacks get completely full of nothing else. Because we don't want to get in the situation that William and Aaron were in. Okay, good. We've got room now. We want to make sure that we can carry all of this stuff. And that we've got room for new things. There, take this stuff. Now can you carry it? Yes, good. Excellent. That just leaves a shield. If I give you these things, she can take that. Aha! And then we have a bow. Look at this. I've never seen this before. This bow is at 1% condition. This one's at 0. Wow. So she is still using a short bow, because right out the gate in chapter 4, William got an upgrade to a long bow, and I was very excited. And then I think like maybe in the very next encounter or right after it, there was like a dig cache or something where then we found a Grolf bow, and he got another upgrade. And so I don't think that it's necessary for us to come back for 2 broken bows when there will be better ones for sure that we can pick up and that she can use. So we will just leave those there. 0%. I've never seen that. I wondered what happened if something got to 0%. Like, is it broken? Can you repair it at all? And it looked as though, because there were no other modifiers or conditions on it, that maybe that's the case, that you can. Let's see, 88, 93. Okay, so we're good to sell this one. Excellent. Well, there we go. I cannot complain about our money situation at all, can I? Because look at that. We've jumped from less than 400 to over 2,500. That's pretty good. Right, yeah, because you can get the bowstrings. And the beeswax, of course, will repair them a little bit, kind of like a whetstone or an armorer's hammer does. But if I remember correctly, a bowstring sets a bow all the way back up to 100%, even if it's at 0. Now, since we've never had anything drop to 0% condition, it may be that, I don't know, that maybe that's the only way to repair a bow that has been damaged that badly. I'm not sure. I don't know that I want to find out, honestly. Man, look at that. His Rawl's total, like, HP and stamina together is 126. That's very good. I think I'm going to have to review my notes to figure out where we're supposed to be going, but I do believe it is down that way, east of Durst. And I know that Durst does have a shop as well, and it is, you can buy Sen water there. But I think right now we're okay. He's got 4, she's got a full stack of 25. There's a treasure chest down there in chapter 4.
We don't have the time for detours, Raul. My father might be in danger. I want
Ooh.
to find him as quickly as possible.
Okay. Okay, that's one of the reasons I wanted to go this direction, was to see whether or not we were going to be permitted. So actually, if she won't let us go back towards Chorus Landing and around to like Everton and Teal, oof. I wonder if we can even go past, like we might be able to make it to Grandeur, but we might not be able to go as far west as Berlin. Now, it could be that if we come up this way, we are allowed to go to like Ilona and Teal and Everton, and it might be that when we get down here to this intersection, she stops us. And we need to test that because we need to see like what our boundaries are. Because that's going to be important. We need to know what shops we have access to, because this has become a very familiar area. But, I mean, that was the whole point, was to go to the Bowyer and Teal so that we could get her a Grolf bow. And I'm certain that somebody will drop one, or there will be another one in a dig spot or in a treasure chest somewhere, and we will find it. But still. Could also be slightly problematic, because if there is anything that we do need from the previous chapter, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't, because the game has not done that. There's not really been a point where it has said, like, oh, make sure that if you set this down somewhere, you can go back and get it later. Now, of course, this is also the first time we have switched between two parties. But nevertheless, I don't think the game's going that direction. So we put all of the important key items that we were sick of carrying in a chest over in Isten. If there was something in there that we needed, like the green key, for example, or the blue key, to open that house in, was it Everton, maybe? I think it was Everton. Then, if we can't go to Isten, we're just SOL. But that's all right, I think. Because, as I said, I genuinely don't expect that that's going to be the case. I think there's going to be a few token, like, encounters with shepherds and things here along these roads. And then at a point, we're going to get right up here, and Kaelyn is going to tell us there's another bridge up here, I think, across a river. I'm wondering if that's going to be our other border, and she's going to say, nah, fam, we can't go this way. We've got to go the other direction. It's like, nah, fam, but my dad, though. Dan, Kaelyn, your poppy. Okay, so that's Grandeur. So it looks like we can go that way. But there's a bridge across to Berlin. Okay, bets? Any bets? It's probably easy money. I bet when we try to cross this bridge, she's going to say no.
We don't have the time for detours,
Yep.
Raul.
Okay. There it is. So now we know our limits. Now here's an interesting question. Yeah, she didn't even wait for the bridge. She saw the bridge coming up and was like, listen, I ain't got time. You ain't got time. But here's an interesting question. I wonder if we can go through that pass over there to the east. Let's see. This gave us strength magic, so we don't need that. Necklace of Communion. We don't need Carluta's Chain. That's way too much money to pay for that. Nobody needs a Brita's Conduit. Essence of the Wind is always useful. Kaelyn is very fast, though. Raul could use it, but he seems to be doing okay. Now, Malkir's Serum. What is this? Oh, that's right. Okay, this is the Berserker Potion. Now I remember. Okay, here's a question. The kinetic staff is not nearly as good of a melee weapon as the Grulf staff. Even though Rawl is not a spellcaster, I wonder if he could use the powers of the kinetic staff or the Staff of Nightmares, because 40 free lightning bolts is already great for Aaron. In a party that doesn't have Aaron in it, that would be way better. The problem is we would need an encounter to experiment with, because I'm not paying 1,500 burlas and then running halfway across the map to find a battle, or just carrying it around and taking the loss, and then if he can't use the lightning bolt power, being like, oh well, you know, whoopsie daisy, and just eat it, you know. If we could find a battle close by somewhere, that would be really great. Now, can we go this way? Because this was blocked off in Chapter 4. Ooh. Ooh, this is way faster than, or further than we were able to get to before. This might be part of where we're supposed to go. Uh-huh. Okay, so that means we need to take our time because this is new territory. We need to look and make sure that we're not missing anything. Thankfully, it's a fairly narrow corridor. But yeah, Aaron and William were like, no, I don't feel like we need to go that way. But Kaelyn is going for it. Okay, and here we go. Are those... I think those are Chumen. I wonder where this is going. Like, is that gonna... Does it go to Darby? If so, that's actually great, because then we could come out there, and then we could just kind of circle back around to Friol and Durst. Friole. What do y'all think? Should I go back and grab a kinetic staff and try it on this encounter and see if it works? Because I'm going to save it here, so if it turns out that it doesn't work, I can load it, and we've only lost a few minutes of time, but we haven't lost any, like, running back and forth, because that's not important. 40 free lightning bolts could be a big deal, and it might be worth taking the hit to accuracy and damage in melee. See, that's what I'm thinking. Is we don't have any magic. We don't have access to any magic whatsoever, so our only ranged attack is literally Kaelyn's bow. That's it. And it seems like maybe what this chapter intends is for her to kind of stand behind Rawl while he wades into melee, and then just shoot from behind him until someone closes with her, which is a viable strategy, but it's not the same as a lightning bolt. Okay, I'm gonna try it. We're not that far away. It's a fairly short walk. Let's go back here. I don't think it'll work either. Yeah, exactly. What I'm thinking is, like, the lightning bolt is coming from the staff. So he's not actually casting it, he's using a magic item. Do you have to be a spellcaster to do that? Because he still doesn't have the magic skill. That means obviously he's not going to get, like, the plus 10 bonus to electricity magic. So it's a question of, like, not can he cast the lightning bolt spell himself, but does he possess the use magic device skill, so to speak? Damn it, Kaelyn. They do have a mage. I'm going to go ahead and close with him. Alright, here we go. Now, before, in order to use like the fire staff, we had to specifically use the thrust mode to attack, and that's what activated the melee fire power. Yeah, see, you remember. That's what activated the melee fire burst. But someone in the YouTube comments suggested that for like the kinetic staff, maybe we should try double clicking it to cast the spell. And that might have been why the Staff of Nightmares never worked properly too. But I don't see any place to, like, I'm double clicking on the name and it's not really working. Like, you can't. Yeah, see, if you double click on it over here, it just equips it. So I think, oh, that's auto combat. I was like, what does that button do? I think that that's what we have to do. Let's see if it works. Oh! Okay. It does work, but it hit him with a static charge. It was not a lightning bolt spell. Okay. So we have learned two things. It is not a ranged lightning bolt, or at least he can't use it as a ranged lightning bolt. But it still is useful because it's going to hit enemies with the static discharge spell. So, is it useful enough? Do you think we should spend 1,500 burlas on it and keep it? Because he's already dealing pretty solid damage just by swinging his regular Wolf Staff. Do you think that it is enough of a bonus to justify that? Let's try again. He was hitting for about 28 damage or so. Let me switch to thrust. Let me go over here and hit this dude and see what the difference is. 32. So there was a little bit of damage. And of course, if you miss, it doesn't spend a charge, which is, thank goodness. Imagine if you had to spend a charge just to attack. Go down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have that big of an effect. It's adding 4 to 5 damage on average, which is not insignificant, but it can only do that 40 times, and it cost us a lot of money. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking at this point, this early on in the chapter, if it's not a lightning bolt, if it's a static discharge like the fire staff after all, I don't think that it's worth 1,500 rupees. Because he's already dealing pretty solid damage with his regular non-magical staff. Yeah, that too, because you have the combination of it has a slightly higher accuracy and damage bonus anyway, so like it already deals 5 more damage on a hit. And it has +5 to hit. And it's not relying on charges, because then when you run out of charges, the kinetic staff just isn't as good anymore. So let's go ahead and we'll say no to that. And we'll just go ahead and continue with his regular staff. Maybe we can actually sneak up on them this time. Nope. Apparently not. That's alright, no harm done. Yeah, see, look, he's dealing 40 damage with that, so... I think overall we're just looking at the Grolf staff is better. I have to take those archers out because they are mean. Man, those shields though. See, look at that. Their AI, I feel, has gotten a little bit better too, because they're actually like walking away to put room between us so they can continue shooting us. And earlier in the game, I don't feel like they did that as much. Of course, there were fewer archers, to be fair. That was just a fact. Like more people have started shooting at us since we got into Chapter 4 and Chapter 5. Yeah, see, he's dealing 30 damage every time, and sometimes he's dealing as much as 40, so yeah, I think that's the way to go. We'll save our money, because we don't know what else we might find in a shop that we might need to buy. We're going to go to some new towns, apparently, because we are going east instead of west. And there could be anything in there. For sure, if somebody does not drop a Grolf bow, like if one of these archers does not have a Grolf bow, then we're going to have to buy one when we find the opportunity. And that could cost quite a bit of money, because I know in some of those shops, I think they cost like $600 and $700, maybe. I can't remember what the selling price on them was. It was hefty, though. It wasn't as much as those magical staves, but it was significant. My guy, we can do this all day. You just honestly need to save yourself the trouble. One thing I love about the staves is that other than the charges for the magical ones, you don't have to repair them. There's no maintenance, which is really quite great. So he can just use that staff and beat on these guys all day, and it don't matter. And look at this. The mage had a staff of nightmares. So welcome back to the stream, our old friend, the Spooky Chicken Stick. Okay, and... We do have some longbows. They're at 48 and 50. I'm not 100% certain how much better that might be than her short bow, though. Probably at least somewhat better. I'm gonna take all this chainmail for sure, because it sells for quite a bit. And I'm gonna put down a sack marker, and we can come back for the rest of this. Good, her melee went up. Excellent. She's doing a pretty good job keeping this stuff repaired already. Melee, defense, stealth, scouting, archery. Okay, that was a pretty decent fight. Ooh. Hey, locked normal chest, does not appear to be trapped. Good, her scouting went up. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Folks, we don't have a lockpick. There we go. We're going to have to come back because we didn't send any lockpicks with Kaelyn because she's not our lockpicker. So we're going to have to find lockpicks somewhere. Oh no. And we could be at a severe disadvantage until we do. And, where's this? Okay, right there where that body of water is. It looks like it's continuing this way. I bet it's going to go all the way around and then go down to Darby. I'll bet you money. Oh, give me a chance to sneak up on him. Kill the mage. Kill her. Oh, that's right. All of these ladies have bows. Oh, no. Okay, Kaelyn. Drink some healing water. And go fight this woman. Yes, shoot at Rawl. He has 1,000,000 hit points. It's fine. There we go. The female mages go down a lot quicker than the male mages seem to. But then it's like they have different skill loadouts as well, because they have spells like Gift of Sin where they basically kill themselves to death other people. So, and the dudes had like Geyser and stuff. Man, how did that happen to your health? Huh. I think I'm actually going to give her a steadfast potion. That almost sounds like he's going, ah, shit. That's kind of funny. I choose to assume that they're both very skilled swordswomen, and so, like, they're just evenly matched in this duel, versus they're both wildly swinging and just missing each other by a mile. Rawl, on the other hand, has no excuse. Come on, my guy. Now, don't miss twice in a row like that. You've got to do better. You simply must do better. Oof, Kaelyn. These people have so many hit points. I think, folks, this is the time. I think we may have to drink a wide potion to get through this without Kaelyn dropping on us. Okay, well, bottoms up. Let's have a cool, crisp, refreshing wide potion. Ooh, Kaelyn's arms burned for a moment. When the sensation faded, they felt much longer. That's weird. Her weapon was no longer merely held in her hand, it was a natural extension of her body. Each motion flowed seamlessly into the next in an exquisite dance of martial forms. I don't know what that did. I was thinking it was going to increase her strength or something, but... it appears to have done nothing. Ah, yes, as expected. As expected, it got her killed. Man. That's rough. That's real rough. Rawl here is in it to win it, but of course without Kaelyn to back him up, they're going to be beating on him together, and... Okay, there we go. Now it's a little more evenly matched. This guy turned out to be the most serious threat. Wild. Oof. Oh, he gets special dialogue for dying. Rawl huffed, his fur matted with blood. Kerferlack would chide him for following a violent path, but he would not see Kurfurlak again, and he would never join the ancestral link of the Grulf. His head lolled to the side as death claimed him, his last sight that of Kaelyn's motionless body beside him. Oh wow, that's dark and tragic. Okay, well, we'll have to fight that battle again, but I think that it's gonna have to wait until next time. So, I am gonna thank you for joining me. This has been a great episode. We got to do kind of a little puzzle. We've got to meet a new character. I'm excited to see what happens next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., when we will continue the adventures of Kaelyn and Rawl, and we will see what awaits in the town of Darby as we continue to head east into new areas, which we have as yet not explored. I am stoked, folks. I hope that you are too, and I hope that you will also follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you haven't already, and over on YouTube, where I will upload this video as part of our Antara playlist. You can catch all the other games that I've done on the channel, both by myself and with my wonderful husband, Specific Pixel. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pillowfort to keep abreast of what we're doing here and to participate in polls. There's still time left to vote on who we should take with us as our first major character choice in Chrono Cross when we start this Monday. So come in for that stream, and be back on Thursday for more Disciples Sacred Lands as well. And I'll see you for any or hopefully all of those. Until then, as always, thanks for playing. Hey y'all, don't go away just yet, because thanks to a YouTube comment left by one of you, I found out that we forgot a little something at the end of Chapter 4. Or not even forgot something, but I just didn't know. So, yeah, this is the town of Melee, which of course we have to pass through on our way from Tikoro, where we spoke with the revered hand of Henne, on the way to Ravenna, where Simon's house is. And because I went through this town in map mode, since we were essentially trying to fast travel without actually using the fast travel system, just going as quickly as possible, I had no reason to leave this screen, because I knew we weren't in danger of encounters, and that means that I missed this delightful character here. So, yeah, if one of y'all had not said something, I would never have known, and I'm assuming that in Chapter 5, he's not available because Kaelyn is on the other side of the mountains and can't come back down this way. So this is a Trakaw, and I have been told that it might be the only one in the game that we get to speak to, so I definitely wanted to show it to you. I'm sorry that I missed it on the actual Twitch live stream, but hey, bonus content for those of y'all who tune in for the YouTube playlist. So let's see what they have to say.
Kaku, what exciting adventure are you on?
What makes you think we're on an adventure?
Humans are always on an adventure.
Oh my goodness. This is adorable. And also, like, there's so much wrong with this character design that I hate. And I just... But at the same time, it's like a Pokemon. I just want to pet him.
But you're a courier, aren't you? Don't you have a lot of adventures yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm a courier. Naku is my name. But as for adventures, none have come my way of late. This last run to Lavash was as dull as eggshells. Not a single mantis attack or anything.
Mantis attack? Huh. Also, I noticed, and I didn't say during the Twitch live stream, that even though Lavosha or Lavash is spelled with an E on the world map, and I think on the sign outside of town too, in dialogue they've left that E off, and they have finally pronounced it out loud and decided to call it Lavash instead of Lavosha or Lavasha. So, there we go. That and Ravenna as well, we finally heard them say it out loud, which is great.
I've always wondered about something, Naku. Most Trakaw seem to be isolationists, keeping to their own villages.
Wicks.
Sorry, keeping to their own wicks. But the few Traka humans do see are couriers. Why is that?
The excitement, the stories. Whenever something interesting happens, someone wants to send a message to someone else about it. We get to be there. I've always wondered why more humans don't carry the messages themselves instead of missing all the excitement.
Oh my god, I love all of these little verbal tics and stuff. This is so good.
What's the news from Ravenna? That's where we're headed.
Really? Really? Are you going to help them build a new temple? That doesn't sound very exciting. When I left Tokoro, I hoped something interesting would be happening in Ravenna. I should have known better. Deliveries to priests are almost always dull. I hope I get a girlfriend run next.
Okay, so that's what I thought this character was going to be after finding out they existed, and it seems to be confirmed. So he went to Lavash to pick up that fake message and then take it to Ravenna to deliver it to Simon. So you remember Simon said that a Traka messenger had brought him that, and then he went to Lavash and couldn't figure out who had sent it or anything else. So here we go. This is kind of not the missing piece of the puzzle, but a character who is part of what we already knew.
You came from Tokoro?
Yes! Haven't you heard? The Imperial Consort has been kidnapped.
I think we heard something about that, yes.
They captured the kidnappers, but they escaped. Soldiers are looking everywhere for them. Have you heard if they caught them yet?
I'm fairly certain they have not.
I hope I'm around when they do. Now that would be exciting.
The way that he sort of doubles up some words or repeats pieces of words is very interesting. But overall, just a lot of the little verbal kind of in-mouth noises they're making to represent the bird aspect of this, that's actually really cool. This voice actor gets all of the props. Whoever you are that voiced the Traka, that's pretty good.
I think we'd best be on our way now. We want to get to Cardone before nightfall.
Cardone? I thought you said you were going to Ravenna.
Oh, did I? What a silly mistake. Well, goodbye, Naku. Have an exciting day, but not too exciting.
Yeah, because that gives us sort of a heads up. Presumably, talking to Naku here first doesn't change anything about the encounter with Simon. It just means that we know a little bit more about what's going on. I don't know if it would alter any of the dialogue when we go to Simon's house down the road in Ravenna or anything like that. And I'm not going to go through the entire adventure again because we've already seen it once. Instead, I will leave that for you to discover on your own now that you know Naku is here. Hopefully, you'll give Betrayal in Antara a try. And on your playthrough, don't miss him. Stop by on the way from Tokoro through Malay and talk to him before you get to Ravenna. And if you do that, then let me know in the comments here whether or not it does change anything. I'd love to hear about your playthrough. Well, yeah, cool. All props to Naku's voice actor. Thank you for letting me know that they were here. I really appreciate that so that I could tack it on to the video. And don't forget to follow and subscribe here on YouTube and turn on notifications. Follow me on social media and tune in for the next Betrayal in Antara live stream on Twitch, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll catch you then, and even though I already technically said it earlier in this video, you know, as always, thanks for playing.